Hello and welcome to this week's episode of Nail the Numbers. Happy that you are joining me today. If you're live on Facebook, LinkedIn, or YouTube with me, welcome. If you're listening to the recording on Spotify, then thanks for jumping on. Okay, let's jump into this week's topic. So this week we're going to talk about eliminating debt. So that is something that many businesses get overwhelmed with, and it just takes over the cash flow and it causes a lot of stress. And when you get to that point of having so much stress on your business and on you as a person, then it just starts to drag you down, and you just feel like you're in this hole and you're just getting deeper and deeper and you can't find a way out. So today we're going to talk about ways that you can help to eliminate debt, start to pay it down, and to get it taken care of. So let's jump straight in. Okay, so we're going to talk about 5 different ways as a business. Oh, I forgot to introduce myself. My name is Kerry Poster. I am the owner and founder of Abacus Business Solutions and the host of Nail the Numbers podcast. So we help business owners to know, understand, and trust their numbers. And that's why this week we are going to talk about eliminating debt. So you can tell it's been a day already. All right, so let's jump in. So debt management, that's the way to look at it, that it's your debt has to be managed. You can't just let it run away with you and just get to be to a point, then it just overwhelms you and you just don't feel like there's a way out. So you've got to have some kind of system in place, some kind of plan in order to get out of that. And remember that debt isn't necessarily a bad thing. In the past, when we've talked about debt, if you can see the ROI on that debt, so the return on investment, for example, if buying a truck and getting a loan to purchase that truck, maybe the trailer and the equipment, enables you to get another crew on the road to then go out and service more customers, then that's going to help you increase your revenue, and that's going to then be a good thing. You're going to get a return on that investment. It's not just going to be sitting in a warehouse, gathering dust, and not doing anything for you. So if it's generating revenue in your business, then debt can be a good thing. You just don't want to get to the point where you're strangling yourself on cash flow and you can't figure out, like, where's all your money going? Your P&L is showing that you're making a profit, but there's no cash in the bank because it's going to all the loan payments that are showing on your balance sheet. Excuse me. So that's what we're going to talk about today. So we want to make sure we've got some kind of plan in place. You don't want to just be, paying minimum payments on all the loans because you're never going to get anywhere. You want to be able to try and get ahead of those. So whether that's credit card debt, whether it's loans, you need to have a plan. So first thing you want to do is assess your situation. What is your current financial position that you are in? So you want to do a thorough review of your finances. Go through and list all of your debts. Go through your balance sheet. Hopefully everything is on there and up to date. If it's not on the balance sheet, if you don't have your QuickBooks up to date, then go ahead and go through the loan payments that you see coming out of your bank account each month. Look at the different credit cards that you own and look at the balances that are on there. And gather all of that information in one place. So get a blank piece of paper, write down the name of each credit card and the current balance, write down each loan that you have and the current balance on that loan, and then how much that monthly payment is as well. So that way you can see exactly where you stand, how much are your loan payments each month, and then look at to see what your credit card minimum payments are as well. So that will help you just to kind of get a clear picture. I don't want this to overwhelm you by doing this, but you need to know exactly where you stand. This is your starting point, and then you move forward from here. Okay, so the next step is then to prioritize your debt. So I like the debt avalanche method. Dave Ramsey talked about this. And this is a way that you start off paying your debts with the highest interest rate first. So your loan payments on your vehicles, keep paying those. Those have got to be paid each month. That's an agreement you made with the person that gave you the loan. So you have to keep doing that. On your credit cards, start with the highest interest rate and start getting that one paid. So that's your focus first. And then be making the minimum payments on those other credit cards, and just get that high interest rate down, because you're paying so much interest each month that's just money that you are just throwing away. So we want to get that down first. And then when you've got that one paid down, then you start on the next highest interest rate and work through there and just kind of get it done, get it paid off, and so forth. And that will just create a really, really powerful momentum, and it's motivating, and it can get you through that. Now, some people do talk about paying off, the smaller balances first, just to kind of, motivate you. It's up to you, if you want to do it that way. I just hate seeing high interest payments on credit cards, on P&L statements, and seeing how much people are paying in interest. So that's why I like to look at that highest interest rate and then, get that one paid down as quickly as you can. So how do you go about doing that? So the next step is creating a realistic budget. How much money do you have that you can put towards paying down debt each month? Like I said, there's loan payments. If you have credit card debt, we're going to focus on the credit card first. Just keep making the payments on those loan payments. If you don't have any credit card debt, then make sure there's no early payoff penalty on those loans. And if you can pay a little bit towards one of them each month and just get that principal down, then that is a great way to be able to just start getting ahead on that. So first of all, create that realistic budget. How much can you put towards this debt each month? What is a good number that is not going to strangle you cash flow wise, that you can still meet all of your monthly expenses, your payroll, your rent, everything else that you have to do, your cost of goods sold? What number is that? And then you can start allocating that out. And this is how you're creating your plan. Like, okay, this is how much I'm going to pay towards this credit card. These are the minimum payments on these other credit cards. These are what my loan payments are. These are what I have to pay. And then you also want to start thinking of a way to not keep increasing that credit card debt. So you don't want to be paying it down, yet as fast as you're paying it down, you're increasing it back up again. So be looking at every single thing that you're buying. Really question yourself, is this a purchase that we absolutely have to make? Is this something that we have to buy, that we need? You've heard me talk about one more day, which Mike Michalowicz talks about. And just waiting one more day. If you need something, do you really need that? It's real easy just to spend on a whim, pull out the credit card and go buy something. Whereas if you stop and think, do I really need to get this right now? And then just wait another day. And the next day, yeah, I think I need it, but I'm just going to wait one more day. And if you just keep waiting one more day, you may get to the point where you're like, you know what? We really, really don't need that. It'll be nice to have, yeah. Is it going to make a big difference? Is it going to help us to do our job quicker, more efficiently? No, not really. It would just be nice to have, but it doesn't need to be a priority right now. Bam, done. Don't buy it. Don't increase the credit card debt that's already there. So you just be very aware of every single penny that you're putting on that credit card. And even if you're not at a point where your credit card debt is out of control or is overwhelming, if it's a case of, yep, we're still paying it off every month, still be looking at every single expense that you're putting on there. Do you really need that? And that's kind of, with any expense you have in your business, whether it's going on a credit card or you're using, a check, whatever it might be, look at every single expense and be sure that it's something that is needed for the business. It's going to help the business to grow. It's going to generate revenue. And don't be putting expenses through the business that are personal, because that's going to drain your cash flow. And don't be buying things just for the sake of buying. Oh, it was on sale. I thought I'd get it. If you don't need it, then, it's still costing you more money than it needed to by it being on sale. So really, really start thinking about every money, because every penny that you spend is profit taken out of your business. So start thinking about that. So come up with that budget, come up with that numbers. How much can you be putting towards debt? And then allocate it between each credit card and loan payment. So another thing you can do is look at, okay, how can we increase our revenue? What can we be doing to, bring in additional funds to help us accelerate that process of paying down the debt? So maybe there's new services that you can offer. Is there a different way that you can pivot in your business, something else that you can offer to your customers? What way can you enhance the customer experience? So start thinking about anything like that. Any direct extra income that comes in, you can then be putting that towards paying down those debts as well. So that's another way as well. We want to be thinking about decreasing our expenses as much as possible, but then also generating more revenue to generate then additional income that can be then spent on paying down that debt. And if you're at that point where you just don't know where to start, you just feel like you're in this hole and you can't get out and it's just so overwhelming, then find a professional to talk to. Find someone, your financial advisor, somebody that can help you to manage this debt and to just kind of help you plan that and help you put together a way of getting through this. So don't be stuck there and just throw your hands up in the air thinking like, you know what, I'm just going to keep doing what I'm doing. I don't know if it's working. Talk to somebody, get advice, get help. Sometimes consolidation loans are good. Sometimes they're not. You've got to make sure it's the right decision for you. Don't just jump into the first thing that somebody offers you. Make sure it is the right thing. So the debt avalanche method is a strategic approach that can help you to pay off your debt. That's going to prioritize the debt with that highest interest rate, but maintaining all those minimum payments on those other credit cards. So come up with a plan. Like I said, write down everything that you have that's debt, credit cards, loans, go through that, create the plan, and then work the plan. Keep your expenses down as much as possible. Generate more revenue as much as you can so that you can then increase the amount of cash that's flowing into your business. And have a plan. work the plan, maybe find someone that can help you to hold you accountable to that plan, because it's really easy when something comes up just to kind of fall off the plan and decide that you want to do it a different way. So just really think about what you need to do. What is it the next step that you need to do to help yourself get out of this hole? Don't keep going through this down the same path. It doesn't suddenly miraculously figure itself out. It needs you to take action. So I know this is overwhelming, and I know that can be a lot, and sometimes you just don't know where to start. So if there's something I can do to help you, please reach out to me. You can go to our website, constructionprofitfirst.com, and go to the contact page and fill in the information there. And that way, then we can get you onto my calendar, and then we can do a Zoom chat and just see if there's a way that we can help you. Maybe you don't know your numbers. Maybe you don't have a P&L and a balance sheet where all of this is coming together that shows you your financial position. We can help with that as well. So as a business owner, knowing your numbers is really important to growing your business and taking it to the next level. So if there's something we can do there to help you, then please reach out. Let's have a conversation and see if there's a way that we can help you. So thanks for listening, and glad you were able to join us today. Like I said, if we are on Spotify if you need to catch up on any other older episodes. And then also all our lives are all on our YouTube and LinkedIn and Facebook pages as well. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you next time.